So even though they might not have they stop saying might. Hi friends,
and welcome to Wives vs. World, where we have fun talking about queer stuff and life as a trans cis married couple. I'm Jackie.
I'm Anya.
And today we want to shine a little spotlight on a part of the trans cis constellation that is often forgotten. Maybe because we figure that's the person for whom nothing is in flux, which is in fact not true.
I would say that a lot of things are indeed in flux when your whole relationship kind of changes.
This is so true.
So having a partner that transitions affects you too.
This is so true. So today we want to talk a bit about like how can you support or ease this transition for your cis partner? How can you best help them? How can you best let them help you? We have a bunch of videos about how a cis partner can support a trans partner, but we have also seen a lot of very, very nice comments from the cis partners out there about what should I do. So we figured, let's make a little video about that. You cis partner person, that's gonna make sense when you see the boobers. Do you like my new hair?
I love you. You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
You look like a pretty
the scarf thingy is like it's an heirloom.
Yeah, it is your grandmother.
It's my grandmother's.
Yeah, you look so cute.
I love it so much. Yes. I think it matches both like the reddish hair I have now, but also like my sort of green eyes.
Pretty green eyes. Oh my god, look how pretty. Look how pretty my wife is. You look so good, actually.
Thank you
so good.
So do you. You look so healthy. You look so good. You look like you want lots of kisses later.
Oh no. What if I want them right now?
You can have them now.
Okay. Oh! Sorry, she's so
goofy.
So when one person in a relationship transitions...
Let's say that would be me.
Let's say that, just for the sake of argument.
You know.
If you were a straight presenting couple beforehand, you will certainly become a not straight presenting couple, maybe. And if you were a gay presenting couple beforehand, maybe you will become a straight presenting couple. Either way, your dynamic might kind of change, and especially the way that you're perceived will kind of change.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are a cis person who is supporting your trans partner, there might be like you might have to correct people a bunch and be like, actually, my wife. As in my case, this is my wife.
Hello.
So it is a transition of the whole relationship, one might say.
That's so clever.
And thank you.
That's so nice.
I suppose that in this case, a lot of relationships, it can feel like it's kind of sprung on the cis partner, while maybe the trans partner will have known or will have battled with these feelings for a long time. Often trans people don't just like realize the perfect thing right away and be like, I know exactly what I feel and I know exactly how to say it. Maybe they have been like struggling with these feelings, like, do I say something, do I not? Is this how I feel? Like maybe they've been exploring that for a while. So when they suddenly have come to terms with their feelings and communicate this to their partner, sometimes this person might feel a bit like, whoa, where did that come from? What is going on? Also, sometimes maybe they don't. Maybe it's like, you know, it depends a lot on the relationship, right? But we have seen in our comments that this is the case sometimes, like, what do I do now? So in that case, I would say, remember to be patient. I think it's a good idea to kind of involve the cis person somewhere along the process. So going through this in your relationship together, if you think you might stay together, try to be a part of this process together. You're transitioning this relationship together.
Exactly. And I know it's like the common thing you tell a trans person is like, oh, be patient, like, come on, give them grace. And it's like at a certain point you don't want to do that, but like, especially for your partner, especially if your partner wants to stay in this relationship with you, I think a little bit of patience goes a long way in the beginning, because like you might not even know exactly what you need, and figure that your partner is a complex person in their own right, and they might also not really know what's happening or indeed how they feel about it. So give them some time.
There's also the thing that, like, we've talked a lot about how trans people, they don't see positive representation of themselves. It's still, like, missing big time from everywhere, and it's only getting worse right now. Since that's the case, there's also very, very little representation for relationships that have a trans partner. So it's really hard to, like, for a cis person to look anywhere and see, like, oh, I see myself in that type of relationship.
Like, I think some of the best representation you see is like channels or like TikTok accounts or something like us, where it's not something you see like in the media. It's like, hey, this is the real life situation. We are just people.
If you haven't been seeking it out yourself, you're not really presented with it. You don't really have anything to like this.
No, I mean, when we spoke to TV channels about like our transition and our transition,
we are having a baby.
We're not.
We're absolutely not, and we're never gonna. Please don't. That was
funny, but no.
You also said the pregnant. We both did the joke. I want to say.
Yeah, that's true. I transitioned. You stuck along. Thank you for that. And we talked to TV channels about this, and they were like, okay, so how did you come to terms with this? This must have been so hard for you, you poor thing. So it's like, either as a cis partner to a trans person, you are cast as some kind of like sad, tragic figure who has to like bear this enormous monstrosity. I'm the monstrosity. Or you are the chaser. You have some sort of weird fetish or kink. And it's really funny because it is sort of like a mirror to the trans experience, where we are either sad, disgusting creatures or predatory, hypersexual deviants.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think everything that touches the trans pool of experience sort of gets cast in that light. And that includes cis people.
Yeah, exactly.
This is partners.
Yeah. So the same way that trans people lack representation, that will be the case for the cis partner as well. So even though they don't have the same experience of transitioning, they still experience this lack of representation and ways to find, like, where do I look to find myself in society right now?
Isn't there also something about like the, how can I say, like the sort of stealth privilege of like a cis partner, of like they are having to pick the battle in the same way as like a passing trans person, like when they are being confronted or when someone is saying something. One thing is like when you're forced to have that battle because you're visibly trans or visibly queer or whatever, but like when you don't, it's like you have to actively put yourselves on the line and be like, hey, you can say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
Yeah, and also if you are trans, like if you have a job, for example, or go to school or whatever, you'll be presenting one way one day, and then at some point you'll be presenting differently, and people will be able to see that change, and like then they will know. But if you are the cis partner at your school or your workplace, they won't be able to see that change necessarily. No. So you will have to inform them, like, actually, that's my wife now.
Yeah.
Or instead of something else. Or that's she, her now, whatever.
You had that experience.
I had that experience,
school, right?
Yes, exactly. Where I had to tell my friends, like, I'm gonna be using she, her from now on and using a new name and stuff. I just want to let you know. I didn't like, I informed people, I didn't ask for permission.
No.
And then there were some kids in like some other classes that heard of this and kind of teased me about it, but I did not care.
Like, who cares?
Yeah, personally, I did not care, but obviously in a working environment, or if you are in a place where people are nasty people, that might be a real difficult experience. It might be tough to be like, who do I tell, how do I say it to them? And it might be very tempting to just be like, I'm just gonna pretend like nothing changed. Because you're not confronted with that change the same way that the trans person is. This is a little bit about the situation. So our main suggestion for like how to find some support and help as a cis partner, it would be first to look up, for example, support groups either in your area or online, because it can probably be really beneficial to have someone to talk to about the situation who isn't the trans partner, because I think it's very fair that this situation can also be really difficult for the cis partner. I don't think there's anything wrong or like inherently evil or transphobic about struggling in that situation because of the way society is. But it can be really hard to maybe talk to the trans partner about it because they tend to be vulnerable creatures.
Okay.
So it might be nice to find some people to like express your frustrations or your challenges, some like-minded people to talk to, because if you say all this to the trans partner, maybe they will feel like a burden, or they will struggle with like, oh, am I ruining the life of my partner or whatever. And obviously, as a trans person, remember, don't be too hard on yourself if your partner is expressing frustration or difficulty. Like, try to be in this together, face this as an issue you have to go through together.
I think this applies to like any kind of like situationship or relationship where one partner is going through a lot and being affected a lot. It will spill over to the other partner, and it might just be like, I don't know, my partner is very busy at work and they take that frustration with them home. It will maybe not necessarily help that the partner at home gets like really angry back.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you might need to redirect that and talk to other people like, it frustrates me so much when my partner does this. Or it could be mental health. It could be like basically anything, you know, like that requires a level of accommodation or a level of discomfort or annoyance. I do believe, last I checked, we're all sort of human. So getting ticked off by small things is very, very natural. So yeah, exactly. Finding like-minded people, finding a support group, finding friends where you can go like, okay, so it's been annoying me so much that Jackie just always goes nya 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 about like being a cat. Oh, am I looking like this enough? Oh no, I look so masculine. Oh, whatever it might be like. At a certain point, it starts to grate, and then you could go to your friends and be like, oh my god, fucking Jackie is always like fucking like she is not even like, oh,
she doesn't even look masculine.
No, exactly.
But it's the same way when I was struggling very deeply with depression. It also like. It got annoying because it is annoying. I was annoyed by it too.
Yeah.
In that case, Jackie also really needed someone else to talk to, and being like to be able to talk to someone about how hard that situation is without putting it on the person who's going through it.
Exactly.
So that, just to mention that, like, that you can use that even if that is not your main issue. Yeah, and also if you find like-minded people, support groups, it can be really nice to talk to someone who is maybe having the same experience as you, because it is still quite a niche experience to have a partner who goes through transition. And it might be really nice to connect with people who are also experiencing that, and to share your experiences and find support in that.
You can explore like, what do you do when this frustrates you, but also like, what can you do when this frustrates the trans partner, like to sort of make it easier for both of you.
If you are a loving and supportive partner, you obviously want to do everything you can to ease. What?
I agreed.
So distracting, but you're so beautiful.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Obviously.
It can mean that the cis person gets forgotten a little bit. Maybe their needs are not met, or transitioning is a very vulnerable process. It can maybe feel like your boundaries, like you have to set new boundaries and you have to enforce those boundaries. You know, it's a whole process. It's also important to remember that the cis partner might have boundaries too that they need to enforce and respect it. It seems so obvious to say, but still, you know, human communication is difficult, and these things might be necessary to remember that you have to hold.
Excuse me. Link of Good Mythical Morning fame, whose dad was like, a relationship takes two people giving 100% and not just 50-50. I feel so that's so profound in a way, and it's so obvious, but like at the same time, it's like, that's actually exactly it, you know? And when you're transitioning, it's okay to be selfish. Maybe it's the first time you actually get to do, like, to be you. Taking that space is daunting. It can feel very overwhelming to come and claim and say, I have these needs. But it's really important that while that is happening, you don't use that as like your, I get to do whatever card.
Yeah, not everything is suddenly about you. Like, of course, it can be about you for a while, you know.
It's
but
so hard to talk about this without being like, shut the like, you ungrateful little. No, but it's actually so much about like emotional maturity and communication.
It's just there's a bandit. it's just important while you're going through this to not forget your partner in the process. While you as a trans person go through all these changes, don't forget the cis partner in the process.
That's so true.
As we always say, our big thing is communication. We believe in communication as the number one relationship. Wait, are you okay, baby? It's okay.
I was just, we have babies up there.
I also think it's kind of important that both the cis and the trans person, they have their boundaries, they enforce their boundaries, but they also do their best to stretch a little bit out of their comfort zone to make each other happy. The way that the cis person might like be in this position, they sometimes might find uncomfortable. They do their best to like support the partner anyway. Some things about transitioning might make the cis partner uncomfortable as well. And it's important that the trans person also like stretches a little bit, gives a little bit, like understanding that not everything might be perfect or easy right away.
Here, we're not talking about like a cis partner being like, it's just so important for me that you don't transition or
not that.
that you keep presenting outside or whatever, like, because that's going to be
incompatible.
potentially like incompatible, you know?
Exactly.
But it's more along the lines of like, I keep fucking up the pronoun thing or the name thing it's taking some time, you know, or I'm just not ready to
call myself a lesbian.
or whatever.
That might be like
there might be a
of
thousand
things.
little things that you can navigate. Like, of course you can.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to talk about it. You have to communicate about it. I also think it's really important as a trans person to, when you're like going to inform your cis partner, like don't expect 100% that like they're gonna hate me, they're gonna cut me off, they're gonna throw me out. But also don't expect 100% that they'll just get it immediately and not have any questions or you know what I mean? Like don't expect too hard how the reaction will be, because I don't think necessarily people will know or will understand.
No.
I think it's important to like be open yourself and be like, I trust my partner to have their reaction and we'll figure this out together.
Yeah, I think 17 years ago when we started dating, it would be not unheard of, like, if a partner's like, oh, I'm trans, but what does that even mean necessarily?
Yeah.
You know, like that was sort of the standard back then. It's like, so what does that mean? Is that like your kink, or what do you like? Are you sleeping with men? What's happening?
I think there's a lot of places still where people don't necessarily know.
But it's
that well.
like, maybe I would think that back then it was like maybe the norm in a way. Like I had a lot of talks with people who are like, what is that? What is that? Like, where I think nowadays for good and for bad, like everyone sorta knows and has an opinion about what it means when your partner comes out, and that can range through a lot of different things. But like, it's no longer what is that? It's more of a that's cool, or I don't know, or maybe even in some cases like outright hostility. Put yourself out there, be mindful of how you do it and how your partner reacts, and then find out if the relationship going forward will be good for you as a trans person. But you know, leave that space for your partner to react in.
Yeah, give them the information, let them process it and handle it slowly and like in their speed, and also recognize that if the cis partner can't continue in this relationship, if being trans is a deal breaker for them, you have to support them in moving on as well. This is painful, but you have to be yourself. And if a partner is just like, I'm not comfortable being with you like that for whatever reason, you have to just accept that, unfortunately. The best you can do is, again, you figure it out together. Okay, what does that mean? How do we both move on in the best way?
Exactly. Like, it's not what you're hoping for. Hopefully the relationship is stronger than that, because like underneath it all, you are now more you as a trans person. But
and
at
that
the same
will
time,
always be the right choice, I think.
Exactly. But like sometimes a partner will just be like, well, I fell in love with a woman, I am a lesbian, but now you are a man, and maybe you always were, but that's just not really working for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
For whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
People will be different like that.
But I think it's like with every other change in a relationship, that sometimes that change will just mean that things don't work out. Like if one partner wants to move across the world and the other doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to mean anything about either of your characters necessarily. No. It can't just mean that this is an irreconcilable difference that you have to face. And that is, of course, very hard and very difficult.
Very sad.
Obviously that...
And in a better world, maybe it would not be a deal breaker if you are trans. But in this one, it might be. And maybe that's just a sign to be like, well, we're having to move on.
Yeah. On a brighter note.
On a brighter note.
I think a really good way to also be there for your cis partner is to let them know what they... Like, if they decide to stay, they're happy, they want to support you in any way they can. And you want to make that easy for them. Whenever they do something that feels good, that feels affirming, you know that they're helping you in different ways, let them know that. Like, tell them, like, oh, I love when you give me, like, compliments that make me feel pretty, or I really appreciate you going to the doctor with me, or thank you so much for being so good at using my new name and my pronouns or whatever.
Obviously, I say that every day and have for the past 17 years. Thank you so much for not misgendering me.
That will get old at some point, right? But you still, like, then it's something different. You'll be like, I love when you slap my butt though, because it makes me feel like a little...
Don't say that. It's just solid relationship advice to be mindful of the work your partner does for you and say thank you. When we get to a point where it's like, oh, I expect this of you, or oh, it didn't even cross my mind that you cook, or that you cleaned, or that whatever, or fix the car, or I don't know what people do when they can do that. That's when things start to like build resentment. So actually practicing that during like a transition is really, really good, because I think it can lead to a more solid relationship. It was like, hey, I recognize what you do for the family and for the home and for you and me. And that means a lot to me. Thank you for the effort.
Exactly. And again, maybe the cis person is going through a lot that they're not putting on the trans person because they want to be kind and supportive. And so to have that effort also recognized can be really a really big and important thing. I think that... Big bird. There's a big bird.
There is a big bird.
I love a big bird.
Because I've had talks with like cis partners who are like, okay, so how do I best support my partner in this? Because like they are spiraling, they have anxiety, and I don't know what to do, and that makes me really insecure, and it makes me sometimes mad because like, and I don't want to, and that makes me feel bad because like they are having a worse time. I'm like, well, friend, you are also going through a lot, and you are navigating not just their emotions, but also your emotions at the same time. So take it at your own pace, and it's okay to feel frustrated, whether it's your partner or a parent or a child or a pet. Like, there will be moments where you're like, this frustrates me to no end. I wouldn't have it any other way, but like right now, this thing is like, I haven't slept for 3 days because my child is screaming, or my cat is screaming, or my mom is or whatever.
You know how it is. And I think that just saying thank you for being there for me just goes a really long way. As partners, we are willing to deal with these things. We want to be there, want to be supportive, we want to go through this together. So to just be like, to reminding them, thank you for being here for me, thank you for going through this with me. That can just be really a really good way to get through it together.
Obviously, this is like assuming that the relationship is going really well, that you are, in it together, you're doing what you want. This is just to ease.
Yeah.
You are in a relationship, you are committed to this relationship. As in any relationship between two people, there will be points of conflict. There will be like friction from time to time. We've talked a lot about how do you help your trans partner deal. This was just a little, hey, here's how to look out for your cis partner who is loving you very much and doing what they can. I do believe that is all we have to say.
Yes.
We hope you had fun, and if you did, you can subscribe for more.
It's true.
We try to upload like twice a month. We've been real bad about this. We have also had a lot going on. I think we say that every time. So maybe we should, adjust
We have
the
a crazy life,
expectations.
okay? No, don't adjust your expectation. Expect everything.
No! You can find us on Instagram, you can find us on TikTok, you can find us everywhere. We have a coffee if you want to make life a little easier for us. You can become a YouTube member if you want. You can keep us afloat. You can become an early bird, get early access to the videos if that's something you want.
We have a spicy account where you can also
is
come
also
and
so true.
look at our saucy moments.
Hollandaise,
Slightly.
Bernaise.
You can come get a tattoo by Jackie.
Yes.
You can read my books.
Yes! You can get it where good books are sold, and you can get it tattooed by me in one specific place in Copenhagen. So
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
I think that is it.
We hope to see you next time. Bye.
You have value. You matter. We love
Cis porn
you.
are also important.
Cis porn is also important.
Cis porn. I said cis porn instead of people.
That's so good.
And I think it's just really important.
You think that? Huh? You will. Hi, friend.
I forgot what we said. I was like, hi, world. That's not it. Okay.
Hi, wives.
Hi, wives.
Hi, wives.
You're my wife now.